What's up, everybody? D. Illa here. Alright, we're going to talk about in this video, we're going to talk about the 2018. A lot of people consider the 2008 New York Giants to be one of the greatest teams in this franchise's history. This was the year, of course, when Plaxico Burress shot himself in the leg, basically ending all hopes for this team, and watching the whole season go down the tubes after he accidentally shot himself in the leg. That was one of the most painful things I've lived through as a football fan of the New York Giants. It was a difficult thing. I couldn't believe it happened. I was at the game, what was it, the week after he shot himself. I was at the game in Washington when they retired Sean Taylor's number. I was at that one. We beat the crap out of Washington, like we always did. Eli picked right back up where he left off. Like, it didn't even matter that Plax wasn't there. And but after that, I mean, the wheels definitely came off the cart. Definitely came off the cart. Not having Plaxico Burress out there on the field. And you got to remember, on this team we had Steve Smith. We had three running backs in Ahmad Bradshaw, Brandon Jacobs, and Derek Ward. Brandon Jacobs rushed for 1,000 yards this season, almost rushed for 1,100 yards that year. Derek Ward rushed for 1,000 yards himself. Ahmad Bradshaw rushed for 355. So we had three running backs totaling over 2,000 yards rushing. Three running backs. And again, I go back to Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber was doing that by himself, and it took three guys to do what Tiki was doing. Again, that's why Tiki Barber should be a Hall of Famer. Tiki did that 3 years in a row. He put up 2,000 yards from scrimmage 3 seasons in a row. That's extremely remarkable. So, Plax shoots himself. I want to go over this season and actually look at the games that this team won. And remember, Eli Manning is playing behind arguably maybe the greatest New York Giants offensive line ever assembled. We're talking about Richie Schubert, Sean O'Hara, Chris Snee, Kareem McKenzie, David Deal. Damn, those guys must have been good if they had three running backs that totaled over 2,000 yards. Two of them rushing for 1,000 yards themselves. We were running the ball down everybody's throat. And then when you're throwing the ball to guys like Plax, Steve Smith, Kevin Boss making his contributions. Mario Manningham was a rookie this year, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm sure I think he put up some pretty good games here and there. I'm not saying he was out there dominating, but he definitely contributed. And, yeah, this team was just basically every single opponent they came to, I mean, they ran through them like it was basically nothing. But I want people to understand, even in Eli's fifth season playing behind arguably the greatest line in New York Giants history, he had his struggles also. And again, man, Daniel Jones ain't playing behind anything that resembles what Eli Manning was playing behind at this point in time. Not even close. The two are not comparable at all. You have to take these things into consideration, especially when you want to come out here and talk about New York Giants football and put your opinion out here on the internet. Know something about this team before you run your mouth, because it's going to get yourself in trouble, especially when it comes to people that actually know this team and what they've done over the past 20 to 30 years. Now, I might not be able to go back as far as some, but I can only help when I was born. Okay? I've been a fan of this team for damn near 30 years. I probably started back in 94 or 96. I got a pennant sitting right here back when I met Lawrence Taylor when he played for the Giants. I met him at RFK Stadium. And Phil Simms, Howard Cross. There's a couple of other people on there that I'm not too sure who they are. But that pennant is dated from 1992. Hell, it's got the ketchup and mustard stains from the game on it. How many people on here can say they met Lawrence Taylor, that are Giants fans, that met Lawrence Taylor when he played, and Phil Simms? Probably not many of us. So, during this season, Eli Manning did not exactly play up to par, man. He really didn't. And this is one of the greatest Giants teams of all time that a lot of people say. I can't say that I disagree with them. That Giants defense was ridiculous. And Eli made his contributions, but Eli wasn't necessarily lighting the world on fire during this season either. In year number 5, playing with all this talent and the great offensive line that he was playing behind. And then we played Baltimore. We won that game 30-10. 30-10. Eli threw one touchdown pass in that game. He was 13 of 23 for 153. His completion percentage was 56.5, one touchdown pass. 30-10. Defense was dominating. Philly, we beat them 36-31. Eli was 17 of 31 for 191. Had a completion percentage of 54.8 through two touchdowns. Dallas, we beat them. Hell, this may be the last time we beat Philly and Dallas back-to-back. Hell, I guarantee you it is. We won 35-14. Eli was 16 of 27, threw for 147, had a completion percentage of 59.3. He threw three touchdowns. He threw three touchdowns, throwing for 147 yards. What? Field position, running game, that's how you throw three touchdowns and only throw for 147 yards. Hell, Daniel Jones threw for 115 against the Niners. And this is 2008, man. This wasn't that long ago. And I know people's argument is all the time when I bring up stuff like this, I'm not knocking Eli Manning, okay? I'm not knocking Eli Manning. I'm just bringing to the forefront that his numbers weren't exactly always top-notch. So, we beat Dallas. We beat Pittsburgh 21-14. Eli was 19 of 32, threw for 199. Completion percentage was 59.4 through one touchdown. And then we beat the 49ers 29-17. Eli was 16 of 31, threw for 161. Had a completion percentage of 51.6, one touchdown. That was a stretch of 5 games where Eli threw for under 200 yards. 200 yards. And we won every single one of them. Every single one of them. Because he had a great cast around him. And again, he had arguably one of the greatest offensive lines in New York Giants history, giving him that protection to throw the ball down the field. Go watch some Eli Manning highlights back in the day, and sometimes just sit there and watch all the time that man had to throw the ball down the field.
While playing with good to great talent on both sides of the ball.
He could scan a defense and pick his spots and place the ball exactly where he wanted to put it on a lot of occasions. Daniel Jones is not afforded any of this. He's not playing with anything that Eli was playing with in year number 5. Hell, he would kill to have Derek Ward right now. With Barkley not being on the field. Bradshaw, man. Bradshaw, he is what this team needs, man, when it comes to a player. I swear, this team hasn't had a guy run the football like Ahmad Bradshaw in years. Barkley runs hard. He does run hard. I can't take that away from him. Outside of Barkley, like Bradshaw is the epitome of what we need on this team. Running the ball with just complete tenacity and ferociousness and doing everything he possibly can to gain that extra yard. And that's something that this team does not have, and it hasn't had for years. And we have missed that ever since he has left. Jacobs was like that too, until he was labeled the tiptoe burglar behind the line of scrimmage because he couldn't commit to a hole when he saw it. But God, man, that team that we just played in the San Francisco 49ers, they got a team full of Ahmad Bradshaws, especially a guy like Deebo Samuel. And that's how you're going to win Super Bowls, is with players like that, who play with tenacity, play with ferociousness, play with heart, and want to go out there and win the ball game and do everything in their power to gain the extra yard, to get a first down, to put their team in position to score points and win the damn game. That's what this team needs, man. And we haven't brought it in for years. And we want our quarterback to turn water into wine with garbage ingredients, move mountains. And it's something that's unattainable. It doesn't matter how you break it down. You can say whatever you want. I'm tired of the argument. The talent's not there. And I was never a guy that said Darren Waller was going to come out here and make a true difference. I realize the man's 31 years old. He's had hamstring injuries the past 2 seasons. He's had trouble staying on the field. He's playing through sciatic nerve pain right now. Sciatic nerve pain. Is it the nerve pain or is your hamstring acting up again and you just don't want to admit it? Like, people really need to take these things into consideration before you come out here and run your mouth about this team and talk about things and you don't even know the history of this team to begin with. I don't know what else to say. That's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. I don't know what else to say. Go Giants. We got to beat Seattle on Monday. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you later. Bye.